Hi everyone, welcome back to Paracord Planet. As you can see, we're in a little bit of a different location for today's video, but we are going to be continuing our Astrology Bracelet series. Today, we're going to try and bring a little bit of balance to our video as we do celebrate Libras. So Libra, being an air sign, is known for having great balance, but of course, being an air sign does mean that sometimes that balance is off just a little bit. So come along with us as we try to achieve perfectly harmonious balance with the Libra weave. With all that in mind, let's get paracording. So for our project today, we do like to go with the associated colors with the astrological sign, and in this case, Libra is known for having very bright, very pastel colors, and one of the colors that's always associated with it is pink. So for our video, we did go with rose pink today, and then you'll also find a little bit of a combination between blue and green pastel colors. So today, we kind of went with something that was a little bit in between both of those, and we went with Caribbean 550 paracord. And just for reference, we are going to be starting this project with 10 feet of both the rose pink and the Caribbean. Also set up on our jig, we have our pink 5/8 buckle on the bottom and our 5/8 blue buckle on the top. We have our scissors, our knotters tool, and inside we do have our lancing needles. So for our bracelet, what we would like is alternating colors going down the weave. So what we're going to do to start off our project is we're actually going to connect our Caribbean to our rose pink. And we're just going to burn each end and we're going to put them together. Our next step is we want to set up a 4-strand inner core for this bracelet, but we do want to do a little bit of a variation on the typical 4-strand cores that you normally see. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our 2 spliced ends together, and we're going to go under our top buckle and bring them through. And what you want to do is you want to take your loop and just make sure you're at the bottom of your buckle. You don't actually want to attach it to anything. We're going to get to that on our second step. But for right now, as long as the loop does come down to the bottom buckle, you are good to go on to the next step. And the next step is to make a single strand cow hitch with both of our working strands on the top buckle. And again, after making the cow hitch, just double check and make sure that your loop is still able to reach that bottom buckle. We're going to tighten it up just a little bit here. After we have our first cow hitch, we're going to do the same thing to the other side. Once we have our 2 cow hitches at the top and we have our loop that is just about touching our buckle down at the bottom, we're going to flip our jig over and we're going to do the same thing on the top. So what we want to do is single strand cow hitches with both of our working strands, but we want to loop it around our loop that we have here at the top. So how we do that, we're going to take our working strand, we're going to go through the face of our buckle. And once going through the face of the buckle, the next step, we want to take our strand, we want to bring it over to the right to make sure it's on the outside so we can start weaving. And in this step, we want to go around the loop that we had made on the right side. So we're going to take that working strand, we're going to go around both the inner and outer strand. Bring our working end back up through the loop, and through the loop we have just made with our strand. So as we come back up to the top, you can see that we have a cow hitch and it's looped around our inner core. Just tighten that up and get it to where you would like it to be. And we're going to do the exact same thing with our rose pink on the other side. Once you have all of your cow hitches set up and the jig ready to go, it is time to begin the weave. We're going to be starting with the right working strand, and in this case, we're just going right down through the middle of our inner cores. And then, because Libras like to be perfectly balanced, we're going to do the exact same thing with the left working strand. And wouldn't you know, perfect harmony. Our next step, we're going to take our right working strand, in this case it would be the rose pink, and we're going to bring it up over top of everything and in between our third and fourth inner strand. And when you do bring it down and bring it through, you want to bring it to the opposite side. So bring it over to your left. So we're taking it from the right, going down in between number 3 and number 4, and bringing that cord off to the left. Do you like perfect harmony? I like perfect harmony, so we're going to do the exact same thing with our Caribbean. We're going to take it, go over top of everything, bring it down in between the first and second strand, and in this case, we're going to bring it over to the right. And in this case, you can pull on the bottom of your 2 loops here, make it just a little bit tighter. For the final step, we're going to be working with our left working strand, and what we want to do is we want to take this cord, we want to go under and up through the middle of our inner cores. And once you do get it through, take that same strand and put it through the loop that we had created with our very first step. So we're going to take it and we're going to put it in between the loop that we had created and the first inner strand. Anybody want to guess what the next step is? If you guess the same exact thing on the right side, you are exactly correct. So we're going to take our Caribbean, we're going to go up through the middle. We're going to take that working strand and we're going to put it between the loop we had made with our original first step and the first inner strand. And at this step, we can start cinching everything together to the top of our bracelet. So we're going to slide it up. We're going to get the slack out of the sides a little bit. Then to get the slack out of this loop, we're going to have to go to our inner strand. Pull up on that, and we can now pull our strand, our working strand, on the side. We'll do the same thing for the Caribbean. And again, we are just going to keep cinching this until it is as tight as we would like it to be. There we have the first pass of our Libra weave, and as you can see, our working strands are right back to where we started. So we're going to continue our bracelet, and we'll come back to the video once we do get about halfway through the bracelet, just to show you what it looks like. So here we are about 3/4 of the way done with the bracelet, and I do have to say I love the way that this bracelet is looking as the pattern does continue down. It has that real Libra vibe of, one side balancing with the other. They look almost exactly the same, and I do love the choice that we had made by going with 2 distinct different colors, one being a little bit on the darker side, one being a little on the brighter side, and it really, really does make everything pop. We're going to continue with the bracelet, and we will come back and show you how we're going to end it. So here we are down at the bottom of our bracelet, and we do want to end this now. I already did the right side, but I did it just the way that I'm going to show you right now, so if you do it on the right side, you can do it on the left side as well. But we here at Paracord Planet, as you know, if you've seen in our previous videos, we always like our paracord to end in the back, so we can cut and singe it down in the back, so it's not showing on the front. So what we did here was just make our weave until we could come down no farther, and on the step where you go in between the first and the second inner strands, loop it around and bring it back through, that's how we're going to be ending our bracelet today. So again, we're just going to do that step and show you what it looks like. We have our lancing needle on our Caribbean 550 paracord, and again, we are going to go up through the back of the first and second inner core. And for this step, we just want to go above the pink paracord and back down in between the first and second inner core so that we get that little bump down at the bottom. So it is time to take our bracelet off of the jig, cut, and singe down our excess. So So here we do have our completed Libra bracelet, and as you can see, it is a very, very thin bracelet. You know that we love those on the channel, or at least I do. But I do love the colors that we chose as well. You really get a nice light pink in between that really, really dark, almost green, but still a little bit of blue Caribbean 550 paracord. Both very good choices. Thank you so much for checking out the video, and if it did help you, a like and subscribe is always appreciated. And as always, if there's something you want to see for a future video, just let us know down in the comments below. Make sure to take pictures and videos of your projects at home. We would love to see them on all of our social media platforms. You can find those in the description. Have yourself a great rest of the day. We'll see you on the next video. In fact, I know exactly the Libra friend I can give this to. My baby girl's a Libra. Her birthday. Okay.